I think the importance of having Indigenous female representation is something that is overdue and is not to be undermined. I do believe representation, male or female, are required, and we're not here based to represent gender. We're here to represent needs. My name is Irene Neeposh. I'm the chief of the Cree First Nation of Waswanipi. I'm serving 3 years into my 4-year mandate. I remember as a child, my uncle used to tell me, don't forget, you're here to play, you're not the chief. Because he was the chief, right? So it was always in me to be able to serve at this level, to serve as the voice, the advocate for the members of the community. But when I decided to run, I, of course, had fear, I had doubt, I had excitement. So I think it's with the encouragement of local members that really helps to shape it into something more realistic, turning it into a goal as opposed to just having it as a dream. It was my late Aunt Emily who was my inspiration. She was the wife of my late uncle, who was chief. And my uncle became blind and still continued to work. And I used to watch her. She had such amazing dignity, such respect for people, even with what her husband had to face. And my mother was one of the first co-authors of our Cree lexicon. So she came from not having an education to having her master's in language. So she's a linguist. My mom is very passionate about preserving the Cree language and Cree culture, and that loyalty and dedication to her passion has really inspired me. I think it's trying to make sure we are able to incorporate it in our daily lives and making sure that we understand how important it is to find something within our culture that we as an individual are going to choose to master. Whether it's going to be the traditional cooking, moose hide preparation, the language, whatever it might be, we all need to choose something from our culture and choose to become masters at it. That is the only way we're going to be able to preserve our culture. Well, what makes, I'll go with first, what makes Waswanipi special. We are still strongly rooted in our culture. While there is a desperate need to ensure we protect the culture, you'll hear the elders make that cry, we're losing our culture. The unity that's founded from the Cree culture is still there, right? So we're still taking care of each other as it used to be in the past, right? The community coming together in times of grief and so forth. We've had quite a lot of challenges, tragedies even, during my time of chief. And to see the community come together the way they do is so moving. I get so moved over and over by how beautiful it is to be part of such a community. The community comes together and supports each other, regardless of religion, regardless of gender, able or disabled, people will show up. To all women that have it in mind to run for public office, to serve the community, whether you're a receptionist or a chief at the band office, you are in public service. We're there to serve the members that live within our community. And our role is to, first and foremost, learn how to listen and allow yourself to learn from what you hear, and making sure that you are able to find ways to move in the direction which the community wants. So I think, and at the same time, it requires a level of wisdom. It requires wisdom that you can get from the people that you find inspiration from. So I have my group of people that I go back to, and I call them mentors, right? They're my elders. And some of them are not much older than me, right? And I don't just have one. When you look at an Indigenous community, it's not like a city or a town, right? They don't run housing programs in a town. Many things are in the private sector. But for an Indigenous community, it's completely the opposite. 80% of employment comes from government and only 20% from private. But if you look at a city, it's the other way around. 80% comes from the private sector, right? So the government is doing most of the operations in the community. So that dynamic brings a lot of responsibility, because we're looking at the industry development, the social issues that we have. So all of those different things can easily pull us in so many directions. So I think the need to have a mentor to keep us in line is so important. So I'm seeing a lot more of these events take place, bringing women together to inspire women. I would also like to see us inspire just Indigenous, young and old, to step up to the plate. The discourse of the need to step up when opportunity presents itself, I think, is so important. I look at our elders, and they are saying culture is being lost, but they're not stepping up to teach and transfer that knowledge. And the reason why they're not doing it is because they're sort of making room. It's the mindset of making room for the younger generation to step up, but we need them to step up just as much, right? We need our young men to step up and lead. The different things. We look at industry development, it's done to us, and we're not able to just say, you know what, this is as far as it goes, because we're able to sustain ourselves using this. But as is now, we're not able to sustain ourselves if we're dependent on the government to subsidize, right? We become a welfare state. So we need to be able to step up. Everybody needs to step up. Women, and I look at these events take place, and I do hear we need to encourage the young men as well, but we need to encourage all Indigenous people need to step up, because we do have what it takes to be able to operate in a modern day society.